Hello, savvy entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to another episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. We are up to episode number 136, and it's day 4 of Tashmas. I love these daily podcast episodes. It means I can impart all the things that I've been dying to tell you for the last couple of months and get it all out in a free way and help you move your business forward. So the show notes for today's episode are over at tashcorbin.com/136. And this is a juicy one today because we're going to be talking about why you need to pay attention to your course creation process and how to make sure your course does what it says on the box. So this is a juicy one. Let's get straight into it. As with all episodes of Tashmas, we have a beautiful business strategy tip and a very special offer for you today. Today is no different, and we're going to start with the tip. So I really do see a lot of people get swept up in course creation mode, and they either go one of two ways. They get convinced that the course content doesn't really matter all that much, and they just can rush through it, just bang a few modules together. The more information you give people, the more they're going to love you. So make 12 modules, just put it together and get it out there. Or they might even be told that they need to just sell it first and then you can create it later. Just tell everyone it's going to be 8 modules and it's going to achieve this outcome. Just sell it first and you can create it later. So there's that whole just kind of half-ass it kind of mentality. Then on the other side, I see people go so deep into the rabbit hole with their course creation that their course becomes its own monster. Now, I've seen this so many times. I've been interested in courses, and when I go and look at the sales page, there's 12 modules. Each module has 4 videos and an audio and a handout and an interview with an expert. Plus, as a bonus, you get this ebook and that workshop and these 4 call recordings and those 6 things. And honestly, it makes me so tired and freaked out that I'm not going to get through it all. Therefore, I'm not going to get the value out of it. So I don't buy. And so what I wanted to do today is talk about the course creation process in a little bit more depth, because I noticed that a lot of people kind of gloss over this part, and actually course creation is a very important skill if you're in the business of selling courses. Now, big marketers will tell you it's all about the marketing, and you'll achieve the transformation. They'll achieve the transformation just by paying that money to you. And if you have a couple of live calls, you can answer everyone's questions and everything will be hunky-dory. It's all about the marketing. But I'm here to tell you that particularly if you're a heart-centered, soul-driven entrepreneur and you value the transformation that you actually help people achieve, then it's the fastest way to create upper limiting and money blocks and freakouts if you either go down the we'll just wing it path, or you go down the let's just put everything in it path, because actually neither of them are ideal. So what is the ideal process for course creation? Well, number one, you need to understand that people want transformation, not information. So if you want to create an online course because you want to create an information product, those days are done. All of that information is available on Google. All of that information is available on YouTube. It's not about information anymore. That is so 2013. The way that people want to learn and the thing that people want to achieve through a course is transformation. So instead of thinking about all the things that you want to teach in your course, instead think about the point A to point B journey that you want to facilitate with your course. Now, this usually brings up a few challenges for people because their course is so broadly niche that it's like, oh, well, if they get there, then they have to do that. And if they get there, then they have to do that. And if they're that kind of person, then they have to do that. And it becomes this crazy choose your own adventure. And I say that's a sign that you need to niche your course more, not that you need to add more options as people go through your course or program. There are very few circumstances and situations where I recommend having different pathways in a single course. So focus down on your niche. Think about that exact ideal person. Think about someone you know who could really benefit from your course or program. Where is that person now? Where is it that they want to be? What is the step-by-step journey to that transformation? And what are the barriers to that transformation happening? Because for 99.9% of people, the barrier is not, they just need to know the right information. They already know all of the information. They're probably frustrated that they know the information. They're just not doing it, or they're not achieving the results, or it's not working for them right now. So your course's role is to help achieve that transformation, is to overcome those barriers, is to bridge the gap for them in what it is that they know they need to be doing and what they're actually doing. So have a think about your course through that lens. That's step number 1, is to focus on the transformation, not the information, and map out that point A to point B journey. Step number 2 is to find the path of least resistance. Find the easiest way that someone can get to that outcome. Don't put extra steps in just because it makes you feel smarter. Don't put extra steps in just because you think, oh, but what if they don't do this thing? Or what if they don't like that it's only 6 modules? If you can tell me how to get from point A to point B in 4 steps, don't pad it out to 12 because some random person told you that you have to charge $1,000 for your courses and it has to be 12 modules. There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to creating online courses. And in fact, you know your ideal client better than anyone else, and you know how you can get them to that outcome quickly, effectively, and through that path of least resistance. And then number 3, I want you to think about how you can stay connected in delivery. So whilst I know that dream of going and sipping cocktails on the beach and never having to talk to your clients again is a big fancy schmancy thing that everyone seems to talk about, I don't know about you, but I actually really like talking to my clients. I actually really like being of service. I actually really like the fact that if they get stuck with something, they have multiple opportunities to have me help them through it. I really like the fact that my courses have over 70% completion rate. 70%. 70% of people who buy something from me actually take it out of the box and have a look at it. They actually put some strategies in place. They actually get the results. And that is the thing that lights me up about my courses and programs. Not the fact that all those people have bought it, but that all these people have actually finished it. And I spend a lot of time in with my team and in my own business strategy, thinking about and coming up with strategies. How can we get a higher completion rate? How can we get those people who've dropped out to re-engage in the process? Sometimes it's live rounds, sometimes it's extra calls, sometimes it's personally reaching out to people, sometimes it's being more active in the Facebook group myself, sometimes it's encouraging people to set up little masterminds. Whatever it needs to be, I am focused on completion, not sales. I'm focused on sales here in my sales process. I'm focused on completion when it comes to my course design. And they are 2 very separate segments of my business. So they're my big tips for you to really make the most of that course design process and really ensure that your course creates that transformation and delivers for your customers. Now, if this kind of course sounds like it's totally your bag, baby, for day 4 of Tashmas, I have a very special offer for you. I'm actually closing down my course creation program. It's called Get With The Program, and it's a really sexy course. It goes for 5 weeks, and it's 5 modules, 5 weeks to get your course created in a way that's actually going to work and actually going to sell. So we cover all sorts of things like the right platforms and technology to use, how to map out your modules and map them out in a way that people actually complete and encourage others to complete. We also look at marketing and creating a launch plan as well. So Get With The Program is closing down as it's now part of my Courses with Heart program, which is $14.95. But if you would love to create your course with me, I'm running a live round to celebrate and say a big thank you to Get With The Program for helping over 200 women create their online courses so far. And the live round starts on the 26th of March. So I've reduced the price of Get With The Program. It used to be $4.95, but because we've only got one live round and it goes for 5 weeks and then the program is complete, I've reduced the price down to $195 as part of the Tashmas celebrations. So if you go to tashcorbin.com/135, where the show notes are for today, you'll find a link to Get With The Program and you can come in and join us for just 195 Australian dollars. You get to download all the modules so you can have them forever and repeat the process. You get access to our private Facebook community until Get With The Program closes, which will happen at the end of April. And you also get to come along to 5 live support calls, and all the recordings will be available for you to download as well. So we have 5 live support calls that start on the Monday, the 26th of March, and they're every Monday for 5 weeks. If you have any questions about that, of course, you can get in touch with me. But as I said, all the links and extra information is over with the show notes at tashcorbin.com/135. Have you had any big ahas from this? Come on over to the Heart-Centered Soul-Driven Entrepreneurs group. Use the hashtag #PodcastAha. You can also use hashtag TashmasDay4 because it is the 4th day of Tashmas. And share with us what are the insights that you've gained from this podcast episode. And until next time, I've been Tash Corbin. You've been a fabulous listener. And I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now.